I will sue when the Supreme Court acts, and I want the New York state law in place.
Really? New York Governor Andrew Cuomo pledging to sue the Supreme Court if they overturn Roe v. Wade, but the High Court can't be sued. So is the governor just grandstanding during an election year? Here to debate it, attorney Michael Starr-Hopkins and former federal attorney herself, Emily Campagno. Emily, first off, can he do this?
No, he can't. Look, if one disagrees with a Supreme Court ruling, there are limited judicial options he has. Suing the court is not one of them. I want to point out that the unfortunate aspect about his grandstanding comments is that it detracted attention from his ancillary comments, which deserve merit. He said, look, we should codify Roe v. Wade in our state before there are gaps in protection. And outside of 9 states that codified and broadened Roe v. Wade, states like New York have antiquated laws that aren't in line with their constituency. So in 1970, that law that carved out an exception for the 24-week rule, that still stands in New York. It's a criminal code infraction rather than regulatory in health care. So for Governor Cuomo to kind of grandstand now, after the 3rd time that an act has been introduced blaming the state Senate Republicans for his failures, it just smacks of that grandstanding, and it's also disingenuous with his constituency.
Michael, you say, yeah, you can't sue the Supreme Court, but you can sue the Trump administration?
Yeah, I mean, look, we can sue to stop the implementation of any new laws that Republicans may attempt to bring in. We could sue the administration, any agencies that attempt to block women from being able to receive healthy and affordable abortions. Look, we're not going to go backwards to a time where women are going to go get abortions in back alleys and things like that. This is 2018, and we got to be moving forward. There are a lot of issues we can be dealing with, but abortion isn't one that we should be still fighting.
Well, one thing is pretty sure, Emily. New York is never going to overturn Roe v. Wade. It'll be a state's thing if that scenario ever goes to the Supreme Court, it's overturned. And New York's not going to change. They'll always be for pro-abortion.
Right, exactly. And the Center for Reproductive Health estimates that 22 states would in fact ban abortion should Roe v. Wade be overturned. But the reality is we're not going to see that overhaul. We would likely see chipping away or kind of a hobbling of it, which is why it's incumbent upon these state legislators to bring in line their laws with what their constituencies want. So if New York is in that boat, then have them codified. He's absolutely right. But it's lazy for these legislators and for the voters to protest a Kavanaugh nomination, for example, but not spend time codifying within their states what they want.
10 seconds, Michael, final thought?
Well, as a Democrat, I think Democrats should do everything they could to stop the Kavanaugh nomination. We're not going backwards. And people aren't pro-abortion, they're pro-choice.
Here is what Cuomo should be talking about. 4 of his buddies indicted for essentially graft and corruption. We poured money into Buffalo, and they took a lot of it. That's something he's got to explain. Thanks, guys. 11 minutes before the top of the hour, a big...